Good evening, everyone, and to all the viewers of this R10 interview series. So just a background, this is the third dialogue with our dear Director Deepak Mathur, and the purpose of this dialogue is to address concerns and queries from our organizational units up to the region level. And the first interview is with YP Chair Dr. Savitya Sivakumar, and next is our WIE Chair, Ms. Emmy Yano. In fact, the success of this dialogue is due to the initiative of our Information Management Chair, Dr. Nia. So now we are here virtually face-to-face with our R10 Director to deliver the solicited questions coming from different sections across Region 10. And there were many interesting questions solicited by Ms. Ewell, yet in the interest of time, we trimmed it down to 4 relevant questions. My awesome partner is also here, Ms. Warunika Hippola. She's our R10 Student Representative. So basically, we will alternately ask Director Deepak all the 4 questions. So Waru, can you please say hello to everyone?
Hello, Prof. Jane, and hello, Deepak sir. And it's really nice to have a dialogue session with you and along with Prof. Jen. And I'm really honored and excited at the same time to interview you. So I must thank Dr. Nia and the whole Information Management Committee of IEEE Region 10 for initiating this. And without further ado, let's start the session. So Prof. Jen, over to you.
Yeah, thanks, Waru. So now, let us first greet our director and allow him to say a few notes to our viewers before we proceed to the interview proper. How are you, Director?
I'm doing good. Thank you very much, Professor Jan, and thank you, Warunika. It is really a thoughtful initiative and a very good way to have a connect with our members. I really appreciate the leadership of you both and a great teamwork of Region 10 SAC. So thank you very much. I really enjoyed the previous dialogues, and I'm sure that this dialogue is also going to be very fruitful and very useful for our viewers. Thank you.
Okay, and so let's get down to business. So the first question is, organizing an event or activity usually needs resources like manpower and funding. How do we convince university, faculty, department, or private sector to support our activity? And lastly, what will they get in return?
So, Professor Jan, this is a very nice question, very relevant questions, and I think our students needs the answer to this, and I'm really happy to answer this question. IEEE's various organizational units provide funds to support activities at sections, chapters, affinity groups, and student branches. Such calls for proposals are sent to all organizational units, and it is well advertised. So one should be in contact with their respective OUs. So when I say in contact with, so please carefully go through all announcements, which are generally made by sending e-notices. And if you are an active volunteer or an active member, you must have seen various calls for proposals from Region 10, including from Region 10 SAC, Region 10 WI, and Region 10 YP. And many of our members and volunteers utilize such opportunities. Apart from financial support, IEEE also offers opportunities to take part in technical, professional, and educational activities where you really learn and grow. To answer the second part of this question, I will say, if your activities are member-centric and programs are with value adds, it would be liked by students as well as by faculties and universities. Participants shall be having value addition through such IEEE events organized by our local volunteers. We have to create value through our programs, which helps our students in building their career. And if it is so, it would be well participated and would be supported by all. Thank you.
Okay, I totally agree with the response of Director Deepak. The engagement and support of the university, department, faculty, and private sectors are paramount to the success of any event or activity organized by student branch. Of course, they will benefit through recognitions and awards brought about by the success of many interesting and innovative works of student branches. So for our second question, I'll pass it on to Waru. Waru, over to you.
Thank you, Prof. Jen. So this question, the second question for our Deepak sir is a common question faced by many of the student leaders, student branch leaders from across the region. So the question is how to convince students to join IEEE as student members.
Thank you, Varu. This is also again a very good question, and in fact, many of our student volunteers, they are much concerned about this. And as I just explained you, we need to create value for our members through value-added programs, and that is the right way to induct members. In fact, our program should be member-centric, and such programs should be driven by our volunteers. If you focus on that way, students shall be joining our activities and would also be interested in becoming an IEEE member. Such members shall be staying, and that would be resulting in sustainable growth. And that's what we want. So we volunteers also need to organize programs for members to make them aware about the resources of IEEE, especially the resources which could be for their technical and professional development. We should also make members aware about the various networking and leadership opportunities provided by IEEE. And IEEE has also got extensive award and recognition programs to recognize the contributions of our members. And IEEE has its award program at every level, be it at student branch or section or chapter or at IEEE level. So we need to organize programs to spread awareness about the resources and opportunities offered by IEEE on regular intervals, and that is the best way to get members.
Thank you very much, Deepak sir, for that informative answer. So I also agree with you, and I know that with the way that you work with volunteers, so if we start to work like that with volunteers, so they will definitely join IEEE. So thank you very much, Deepak sir. And for the next question, Prof. Jen.
Yeah, for this third question, this is quite similar to the previous question. Since this is relevant to the R10 SAC committee, we decided to pursue this for further enlightenment in IEEE membership. So the question is, how do we increase the number of student members?
So Professor Jen, you're right. This is similar to the earlier question, but what I get from this question that most of the volunteers, they are much concerned about the increasing the members. Membership, especially the student members. So I'm happy to see their attitude, and I have just explained this in previous question, and I reiterate, please focus on activities, use IEEE resources, create opportunities using IEEE resources and programs. And the other important thing is that is very important, I believe, get involved. So IEEE has many things to offer for enhancing your technical and professional knowledge, and also gives you ample and unparalleled opportunities of leadership at student branch, at section, at regional level, and at IEEE level. And you could be, as a student, be ambassador of many IEEE flagship programs. And that gives you tremendous growth.
Okay, you heard it right from our director. Rest assured that our committee, R10 SAC, will continue to offer relevant activities that will focus on student benefits. So we will strive for adhering to the true vision of IEEE to nurture student members in becoming professionals that will technically contribute in improving our global conditions. And for the last question, I'll turn you over again to Waru. Waru, over to you.
Again. So the last question is from it is actually a question that most of our viewers would like to hear. So question number 4 is, how can I be a part of the Region 10 SAC committee next year? Haven't seen any open calls for the same.
But I really like this question, and I see that there is a lot of interest generated among our members to be in the committee of Region 10. In fact, if you all know that Region 10 has started this new initiative to give opportunities to volunteers to serve in regional committees. And this is with an idea to develop volunteer leaders for tomorrow. And volunteers who have exhibited leadership at section, chapter, or student branch levels, volunteers who are visible through their outstanding contributions at local levels, have been inducted in 17 subcommittees of Region 10. So we have inducted around 150 volunteers in our subcommittees this year. In fact, we started this initiative this year only, and several volunteers have been identified because of their strong credentials and visibility, and have been provided opportunity to volunteer at regional level. So this had been widely publicized, and we are still promoting this new initiative of Region 10, and is being done by all of us. As this question is coming from you or from our members, it shows that our members are also aware of this initiative of Region 10. So I'm happy to see that such interest, and assure that every volunteer with credential and passion shall be given opportunity to serve at Region 10 subcommittees. So we still have opportunities for volunteers in our subcommittees. Please be in touch with Region 10 committee chairs with your interest, contributions, and achievements, depending upon your level of volunteering and level of volunteering experience at local level. You may get opportunity to serve at regional level.
Thank you very much for that answer, Deepak sir. So I think that's a good news for all our interested and passionate volunteers across the region. So, all right. So now we have finished all our questions for the director. And if you have any more questions, you can always reach to us through our email addresses and our website and our social media platforms. So we are always there to help you. And if you have any more questions for our director, Deepak sir, so you can connect with him through us. So thank you very much, Deepak sir, for answering all the questions that we received across the region and shedding light on their concerns. And also, thank you, Prof. Jen, and also Dr. Nia and the Information Management Committee of IEEE Region 10 for all the preparations. So that's it. So I would like to end the session, and let's meet again in another day from a similar event. Thank you.
Thank you, Warunika. Thank you, Professor Jen. It was really nice interacting with you, and I believe and I trust that our volunteers will take this opportunity, and they will communicate through Director's Dialogue in future. And they can always write to me. They can always write to Professor Jen or Warunika if they have any interest, they have any ideas, they have any concern. Thank you very much.